March is Music Therapy Awareness Month in Canada. So how can music improve your life? For more, I'm joined now by Jennifer Buchanan. She is Executive Director of the Canadian Association of Music Therapists and author of Wellness Well Played, The Power of a Playlist. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us today. I'm so intrigued by the title of your book. We'll get into that. But first, I think a lot of us listen to music to de-stress. What is the science behind why music actually changes our mood?
You know, it really does have this incredible capacity that when we are feeling that worrying and that stress where things are repeating in our head, that it has the capacity to shift us from the area of the brain that is on fire to another area of the brain, which is creative and helps us feel warmer. We can get more grounded quite quickly. And so this concept of certified music therapists, when we're working with our clients, we're front lines. We're at the bedside. We're in the hospitals. We're working in corrections or in schools with kids that are coping with mental health. And we're right there helping them take that worry, that stress, that frustration, and moving it into a more creative and warm state.
So we all have music that makes us feel good or feel better. How can we actually curate a playlist with intention?
Right. So the concept of the playlist came from just like when you go to a physiotherapist in a session, they give you exercises afterwards, right? So you can keep growing and developing. Well, the playlist works exactly the same. It is an incredible growth opportunity. I'll give you a quick example. So if we were going to look back on how we can reflect on our music, we could break down our music into decades. So whether you're 18 years old right now or 68 years old, you can break it down into decades and start documenting that best album or the best song genre that you were listening to. And you can begin to see your life's soundtrack in Technicolor. What an incredible way for us to explore our history, our legacy, our values, curating them all down just in something so simple, which is a playlist.
I love that so much. I'm going to do that. I need to know, Jennifer, what led you to a career in music therapy?
So my grandfather had his second major stroke when he was 62 years old and he was placed in long-term care. I was a tween at the time, didn't know what to do. Granny invited me to sing Granddad's favorite song, which was White Cliffs of Dover by Vera Lynn. I sang it by his bedside and so much happened that day. My grumpy grandfather, who was no longer able to walk or talk, began to cry. The screaming lady down the hall came into the room and sang, and the wandering guy that some of us may know wandered on in and sat beside me, and Granny just went, "This is a good idea." I didn't know what was going on, but over time, it was almost like as soon as I heard the term music therapy, I knew that was going to be the career for me. What the education gave me is that it made those moments repeatable. So regardless of how old, my youngest client has been an infant, my eldest client has been 104, as are the 1,000 music therapists across the country, very similar. And it's about creating these opportunities that people can have, just like I did that very first time when I was in Granddad's room with something so simple, a favorite song. But there's so much more to it, but that was really instrumental in what led me into the direction.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Jennifer. Where can people get more information about your book?
Sure, at wellnesswellplayed.com, and hopefully it's a great exercise for people to keep exploring and growing.
That is Jennifer Buchanan, Executive Director of the Canadian Association of Music Therapists and author of Wellness Well Played, The Power of a Playlist. Like Jennifer said, you can head to the website she just talked about for the book, and you can head to her website, jenniferbuchanan.ca, for more information.